Hello? Hello? Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. Hello. Who how we got quite a few people actually. I'm rather surprised. It is 8 oh goddamn 5. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Hello. Who do we got? Who do we got here in this lovely night? This day where we're going to have all sorts of shit ton of fun watching the Mango Mussolini. Who do we got here in your groove? First one in here in your groove. Wow, Doug. Doug. It's really a shame to, the larger they are, the harder they fall. And boy, Doug used to be on top, but oh well. Okay. Hello, Luke. Hello, Luke. And Doug is here. Hello, Doug. Uh, hello. Who else do we got here? Global. Oh, but it's both global. I'm the jester, and I am just her. Okay, Lee Lane. Hello. Oh my God, I'm finally able to get on a live again. Yay, Lee. Hey, Lee. I don't blame you at all. You got you got a lot going on. Let's put it that way. I totally get it. Hello, Alyssa. Oh, the whole crew's together. This is cute. Um, who else got here? Let's elevator lady. Elevator lady. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a bit, elevator lady. I'm glad you're back over here. Okay. Glad you're back over here. All right. Sir Bartholomew. Hello, Sir Bartholomew. Sir Bartholomew, while we're watching this, you got to try to stay calm. Make sure to take your blood pressure medication, okay? And make sure that, well, at least you're not in the United States. You know the FBI won't be listening if you say anything, that I'm sure you'll want to say, okay, Sir Bartholomew. Luke. Luke. You know why, Luke? I think, Luke, that you need to take a break. I think that's why you have a headache now. You know why, Luke? Because the last 2 weeks have been stressful for you. You've been doing a lot of shit. And I know you, Luke, and I know you don't like relaxing and like taking a break. So I suspect, Luke, those headaches might be stress related due to the schoolwork you're doing. And even though I'm sure the break hasn't even started yet for you, probably, Luke, but you're probably already starting to think about how I'm going to be so bored. Like, what am I going to do in my time off? But no, Luke, you need to relax, take a break. Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to psychoanalyze Luke there in front of everyone. What else we got here? We got here the best bad day. Hello, in your groove again. Hello, Burn Jobby. Hello, Burn Jobby. Okay. Hello. Hi. All right. Okay. Thank you, elevator lady. Elevator lady knows what's up. Okay. Mine. Oh goodness. Oh good. Oh well, maybe it is weather related if Alyssa has it. But don't just let me yell at Luke. Okay. Let me yell at Luke, Alyssa. All right. Okay. Okay, I think you just oh, that's so cute, Alyssa. God, I wish someone would have crocheted me a scarf when I was a teacher. Okay, yeah, Luke, right, Leland? Leland, you know that Luke needs a vacation. All right, made thoroughly enjoy my time. Excellent, Burnjabi. I'm very excited. Okay, guys, so we got a little bit of time here. The State of the Union address, which is legally mandated, is going to be beginning at 9 p.m. Okay, maybe is 9 p.m. and it is currently 8:08, which means we have time before the actual shit show, excuse me. Um Nazi rally. God damn it. I'm sorry. I keep getting confused. The State of the Union address will be happening. Um but in the meantime, we can talk about, is it an Oval Office address? I'm sorry. No, I'm an idiot. Not State of the Union. Oval. I don't know why I said State of the Union. I'm automatically say State of the Union. It's an Oval Office address. I don't know why I said State of the Union. Ignore me. Okay. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. Sure, I'll do that. It's like an automatic thing, I swear. Okay, ignore me. So okay, might be, Sir Bartholomew, might be. So we are going to elevator lady. I'll explain. I don't know why I said State of the Union. State of the Union is mandated because you're right. The State of the Union was like 9 months ago. The State of the Union is mandated by the Constitution. The president is supposed to go to Congress once a year and basically give them the State of the Union, tell them what the State of the Union is. As in like how the country's doing and stuff, and then typically it's just a chance for a president to have a platform and babble about things for political reasons. But that is not what this is. I don't know why I said State of the Union, whatever, it's late. So it is just going to be an Oval Office address, which is actually worse. I say that because, yeah, There you go, Luke. But I say that this is probably gonna be worse because most of the time, that's the problem, elevator lady, is that if it's an Oval Office address, it's likely something serious. A State of the Union address is legally mandated. They can often be dry, like we're doing this and we're doing that. But an Oval Office address typically has implies that something serious is happening or about to happen. There you go, Sir Bartholomew. I love how you put that. My fellow Americans ass moment. Okay, it could be war. It could be that he's resigning. No, he's not going to resign. But I'm just saying historically, there there you go, elevator lady. Historically, it could be like Nixon held a press conference. It was obvious when he was resigning. It can be Bush held a press conference when he announced that we were going to war. Obama held a so it could be a lot of things. Okay, yeah, we've officially won the war on Christmas. We'll find out. Okay, so this will be an Oval Office address, and okay, I just got back by the way from the zoo. Yeah, yes, in your groove. I just got back away from the zoo that's near me. I right, Macy. Welcome, Macy. No, so Luke, he actually announced from the Oval Office first that he was going to resign, and then he left. So we will see what happens here. You know what? You know what it was? Did I? Oh my God! I put State of the Union. This is why I need to not just. I decided to do this on the fly, and then I didn't even really think about it. And I just realized I even named this stream State of the Union address because oh my God, I need to change this real fast. God damn it! I am incompetent. Trump Oval Office address. Jesus, Trump. Oh God, I've just been a mess recently, haven't I? Oval Office address. Trump Oval Office address. Okay. Trump Oval Office address. There we go. Just changing the title on Twitch there, and I'll change the title over here. Don't do it in Einstein. There you go, Global. All right. Yeah, me neither. So we'll find out. I'm sure it would have in your groove. I'm sure it would have. But I was just that's the thing. I don't do shit like that. Was tossing and turning in bed instead of sleeping. Should have known it was my CR sense tingling. Oh my god, that almost is as a poem outer signal. Welcome outer signal. So guys, I just changed the title there. Let me change the title. So in the meantime, does anyone have any predictions about what he's going to be telling us in this Oval Office address? Because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I am concerned it might have to do with Venezuela, but because he has now also officially put what an embargo on Venezuela or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I would bet. That's true, Global. Yeah, it also might just be a big bullshit thing because he is him, you know? All right. No, Trump live, Oval, that's an office address. Okay. And we got plenty of time. There we go. Yeah. God, Jesus Christ, we'll find out. I'm reading everyone's stuff. Declaring war on China or defending Venezuela. He's announcing cancer test. Is that so, Claire? You think so? That actually, Claire, that is an interesting guess. That is an interesting guess. I mean, I don't know, but that would be interesting, given all the stuff that's been happening recently with his medical stuff. That's interesting. I mean, that would be an interesting thing if he's announcing that he had a global. If he's announcing that he has cancer or something. I mean, I don't want to get our hopes up. I'm sorry, that's horrible. No, it's not horrible. I'm not going to apologize for saying that. Fuck it. Okay. Uh, so interesting. So I have here in the background. In the meantime, I'll show you. Like I have it here in the background. So we'll see. It's late at the. It's dark and late at the. Okay. Yeah, that's my thought outer signal. Yeah, I right, elevator lady, it's the first gift of Christmas. The, outer signal has an interesting point. Like, with the Epstein files about to come out, I mean, it would make sense if he announced the cancer shit, sort of like a oh, neither do I, Luke, neither do I, okay? I don't want any of them to be in charge, but, uh oh my god, oh, Jesus, you're so right in your groove. Jesus Christ, you're so right. Yeah, that is a good point though, Luke. Like, I don't want JD Vance to be in charge either, but this is gonna be hellish. Whatever it is, it's not gonna be good. It's either gonna be a nothing burger or it's not gonna be good because it's gonna be coming out of his mouth. So I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out about that. And this will be great. Yeah, it's absolutely it's a shit sandwich or a turd. What is it? What's the other one? Shit sandwich or turd burger or whatever it is. Uh, You know, Doug, I think you're right, Doug. I really do. But I hope it's not, because otherwise I will be wasting my time doing this. So I'm like hoping it's not what it normally is, which is just him, fluffing himself up, claiming to have cured AIDS or something, like, just coming up with something. Um, but he would never cure that. He wants more of that probably. Okay. Because he thinks it's a gay disease, I'm guessing. Yeah, Jay Shadow, he's going to be signing an executive order to lower the age of consent. I would not be surprised. JDH, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a tumor in a pear tree. Very good. Um, oh yeah. Oh, I know, Doug. And yeah, exactly, Olivia later. Yeah, I will say, by the way, fun side note here, folks, as if you guys didn't need any more reason for me to make comparisons to Hitler. Hitler used to purposely show up late to all of his speeches because he thought it would build tension in the room, and it did. It made people more excited when he finally got there. I don't think Trump does it on purpose, but it is kind of funny how he and Putin does the same thing. It's how all these authoritarians like to show up late. Macy, very possibly. Yeah, elevator lady. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Elevator lady. For him, it's probably entitlement. He doesn't give a shit. Maybe burn jobby. Maybe. That's my thought, Luke. I'm excited to see if he's even going to be able to be awake this late. So, okay. Howdy ho, motherfucker. Hello, SoCal. Um, global tech. No, global. It was supposed to start at 9. It's supposed to start at 9. So okay. In the meantime, folks, while we're waiting for this show to start, excuse me, I'm just going to look at the news here. I have not been looking at the news all day, except for knowing that Trump was giving a Oval Office address. Okay, and then I went to a zoo and I got to see cute animals with all these cool Christmas lights everywhere, and that was fun. And then I had Mexican food, which was also fun. Oh yes, I forgot, guys. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino is stepping down. That's a good point, Jay Shadow. Remember Dan Bongino? I don't blame you if you don't. Yeah, in your groove, Dan Bongino is going to be stepping down in January, so he's going to be gone. And that's of course, I don't know like who if Standartenbearer Baron the fifth Commandant SS uh Furdenbergen Slurgen is going to become the next leader of the FBI, but still, hopefully it's not like an SS person. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Okay. I was trying to make like sound like a German, like a Nazi name, but yep, JDH. Yeah, totally outer center. That's why I'm worried that he'll be replaced with a competent fascist, global. JDH, I was at the Boy Scout National Jamboree in 2017. Every president has made a speech at the Jamboree, but Trump decided to wait until the last possible moment to decide he would show up. I'm not surprised, JDH, and gave all those kids a horrible speech. Luke, I would not be surprised if Alex Jones, can you imagine that, folks? Oh my God, that would be great for the content, though, right? If Alex Jones became press secretary or some shit. I know I'm selfish, but yeah, that's a good point, Jonas. Oh my God, can you, Jonas? If that happened, first of all, hello, Jonas. I would cry if Stephen Miller became head of the FBI. That'd be terrible. Uh, okay, so we'll find out. So Dan Bongino is going to be leaving. I know we're all very sad. Though I am wondering, I know I might be a little bit global. Yeah, Nosferatu, exactly. Do you remember? I remember in your groove. I remember Sean Spicer. Real fast here, by the way. What was I going to say? Oh, I can't remember now. God damn it! I completely lost. What was I about to say? The hell if I know. I don't know. I was about to say something. So Dan Bongino's gone. That's it. Oh, I am interested, folks. Is it possible that he is leaving? He is resigning not because of incompetence, but because he doesn't want to do the directive that Trump has given him. Now, obviously, it's Dan Bongino. I don't exactly think he is a upstanding person. However, he also was, screaming about the Epstein files before he got into his current position. And I'm not saying he's a good person, but maybe he is refusing to do something Trump has told him. And you take a lot of times, uh, like covering something up or whatever. And a lot of times officials will resign instead of, if they don't want to do something the president has told them. We don't know. We don't know. But it's just something to, yeah, it could be that. Yep, that's very possible, Luke. So we don't know. But it's just an interesting thought. It's interesting people resign suddenly like this. Meanwhile, the media is tripping all over itself to talk about how exactly, Luke. Yeah, there you go, outer signal. It's very possible. We don't know, but it's very possible. Meanwhile, the media are tripping all over themselves to praise around what, four congressional Republicans, moderate Republicans, if there is such a thing, who voted to bring the healthcare subsidies to the floor and have a vote on them. And the media is like tripping over themselves, being like, oh, these moderates, these moderates. No, London, it starts at 9. So in about half an hour. Welcome, London. Okay. They're tripping all over themselves to praise this shit, which is hilarious because it still won't pass. And those Republicans know it won't pass. So it's just kind of funny. Yeah, exactly, Luke. But like the media's like, oh, look at these four heroic Republicans. Those four Republicans live in districts that are purple. They're trying to signal to their base that they're not lunatics, but they know it won't pass. So that's why they're just going to do signaling. Regardless, the media, loves people who, yeah, that's the only bright side, Luke. But we all know that, like, it's not going to. Okay, we'll find out. Fair, Luke. So one of them isn't running for re-election, but three of them are, correct? The one isn't running for re-election probably has a moral issue with it, which good for him. All right. So, all right. Let's see here. Seeing if I missed anything that's going on while we wait here. I really don't care about all these trials and shit going on. Like, who the hell is Brian? Who the hell is Brian? Like, does anyone follow like true crime? I do not at all. Like, I just don't give a shit. I think it's a sideshow. I understand people can enjoy it, it's whatever, but like, who the hell is Brian Walsh? Is that like a big case that's happening right now? Oh, fair, Luke. Like they say that there's like This guy, anyone know what this is about? Brian Walsh's defense. Is it okay? Like, I don't care. I'm just curious. Yeah, I know, London. It's okay. Like, it's okay to be entertained by like true crime stuff, but it's just not real news though. It's like, yeah, people kill each other for various reasons. It's not really affecting everyone, is it, Lee Lane? Okay. And again, I don't mind. You can, if you enjoy it, please enjoy it. It's fine. Like I'm just saying, I never follow them, so it doesn't really impact my life. Anyway, yeah, there you go, Lee Lane. Ooh, that's unpleasant, Lee Lane. There you go. I agree, Jonas. It's entertainment, and I get it. I sometimes will watch like true crime documentaries about certain things, but you know, it's not something I look at in the news. And it's just funny to me how it's like on the front page here. All right. Yeah. Criticizing our life I am Luke. I'm criticizing your life choice, Luke. Just kidding. Luke has been informed today. Luke has been insulting me all day. It's actually been like the last 2 hours. Luke questioned me being an atheist and said that why do I take the Sabbath off if I'm an atheist? Because I don't work on Sundays. Yeah, Luke is a little heretic. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's yeah, chopping her up and hiding her. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I got you, Lee Lane. Interesting. I need to see. I don't even know what's happening with the Karen. What's Karen Reed? I don't even know what Karen Reed is. I need to. Okay, I'll need to look into these things at some point. They still trying to figure out who did the. Yeah, no, I know. And you, SoCal, I watch like police videos too. Don't tell anyone, everyone out there. You all know it's like my dirty secret is I watch. Okay, you're a believer in spirit. There you go. Yeah, Jonas, how dare you, Jonas? How dare you? I swear to God, Jonas. Okay, you know what? All of you, I should not have come on this evening. That's it. We're done. We're done. I'm just kidding. Okay. I watch it on Casual Criminalist. Usually he does better. No, guys, I like watch some of the stuff too, but I just don't get the mainstream stuff. Okay. Uh, is that so, Leland? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course, Leland, the cops are corrupt. I mean, isn't the sky blue? The grass is green. But that's fair. I've not looked into it, Leland. That's interesting. Maybe I should look into that particular case. So oh God, we still got 30 minutes. Jesus Christ, I should have come on later. I don't know how the hell to entertain you people. I'm not prepared for this right now. Here we go. You know what we can talk about? Let's talk about this. Oh, for sure, Elaine. I lived in Boston, that's for sure. Let's talk briefly about this. Did everyone hear about good call, JDH? Maybe we should play the food game. But first, I'm going to talk about this. Uh, fact sheet lie detected. What do you mean, fact sheet lie detected? This is do a jester dance. Ba, 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 da. I could do a strip tease. Everyone want a strip tease? Okay, anyway. Have you all hear about this? How Trump has now designated fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. JDH. JDH is always hitting me. You're so cruel, JDH. Okay. Have everyone heard about this? How Donald Trump has now designated fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. We all heard that? Okay, you know what? That's a good idea, elevator lady. First, though, we all heard about this, right? This very dangerous move by the Trump administration, which will allow them to remember how we invaded Iraq on the assumption that they had weapons of mass destruction or some shit? Yeah. See, I've seen brings me back to my youth, okay? Uh, and I, eh, yep. By the way, if we really, if it's a weapon of mass destruction, which to be honest, it is very destructive, but they really ought to go after the companies then that created this drug, right? Because they're the manufacturers. There you go, London. Yeah, let's bomb a random country in Northern Africa to make sure the world gets our point about it, right? Jesus. Okay, anyway, just I guess so, JDH. It is used. Yep, it is, elevator lady. What should yep, So again, just something to think about. Now, I am gonna do what I'm gonna do what elevator lady asked because I am a teacher at heart, and elevator lady asked in such a kind way, in such a curious way about history that I cannot say no to Elevator Lady. I mean, when can I ever? Elevator Lady is my favorite. Okay. Elevator Lady asked the following. Now that we've talked about that briefly, why am I God? See, I started writing Elevator's Lady's name into the search bar. Jesus Christ, I'm obsessed, Elevator Lady. Okay. Let's look at some past Oval Office addresses. Okay. Okay. So Oval Office addresses. We have we had Joe Biden did an address after Trump, the attempted assassination attempt on Trump. Here we go. Here we go. Let's watch this. This is George H.W. Not J. Okay, this is George W. Bush. Now, this was 9/11. This happened. This was on 9/11 when Trump, whoops, did a address to the nation after, well, after 9/11. Okay. So let's see what he had
Good
to
evening.
say. This is a short one.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Thank you, Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Josh Sager. Thank you very much for that compliment. Well, Josh, just what to say. Not Josh. I'm sorry, Joseph. Thank you so much, Joseph. What an entrance, Joseph. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Let's continue.
deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and
I like
dads.
how he always has this like super concerned. I am J Mac. Woo, ready for war? America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucker day. Yeah, okay. So let's. I've just realized I didn't have these on. I'm like, why can't I hear him? Uh, so remember, do you remember this, guys? This is probably the same sort of speech. Might be the same sort of speech we see tonight. I hope not. Luke, I don't know. I don't know if I miss any of them, but I get your point. Okay, so okay.
Friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable.
Oh God, I just can't. Guys, I will say this. I know I'm making a lot of jokes about this, but just remember what this speech symbolized for millions of people across the world. The beginning of a period of mass death and destruction at the hands of the United States military and their allies. Okay. So I know I'm kind of like laughing at it. Just realize it is serious. Okay. I don't want to. All right. Jonas. True, though, Jonas. True. Anyway.
Acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing.
Oh my God, is he talking about Baghdad? Is he talking about Kabul? Is he talking about Libya? I can't really tell. I don't know. Is he describing a city we were like, city or place we bombed the hell out of? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Oh, oops.
Have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet,
Oh no, hello,
unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong.
Nope, it actually didn't fail, unfortunately. That was part of bin Laden's plan, was to get us riled up.
A great people has been moved to defend a great nation.
Thrill.
Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
Jesus Christ, so like, what the hell does this even mean?
These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of America.
No, the steel can't melt in that temperature. No fire can melt steel at that temperature. This had to be an inside job. I'm sorry.
American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom.
Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys, listen. I'm sorry. I haven't seen this for so long, and it's so stereotypically American nonsense. Sorry. We are a beacon for freedom. Freedom all across the world. Yeah, they hate our freedom, right, Luke? They hate us because they hate us. Okay.
an opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human
Yep, they see it on the TV while you're speaking, don't
nature,
they?
and we responded with the best of America, with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give
Yeah, I
blood
agree.
and help in any
With
way
this
they
part.
could. Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful, and it's prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help with local rescue efforts. Our first priority is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every precaution to protect our citizens at home.
Good. Yeah, no, you shouldn't buy the conspiracy theory, SoCal.
And around the world from further attacks.
Do you guys remember when the Republicans refused to they did everything they could to stop giving to not give medical aid to the workers who had damaged their lungs trying to get people out of the rubble and shit? They put every block up they could, and it was Jon Stewart almost single-handedly that was able to get them the resources they need because anyway.
The functions of our government continue without interruption. Federal agencies
right,
in Washington, which had to be evacuated today, are reopening for essential personnel tonight
Okay, so this was one
and
of
will
them.
be open for business tomorrow. Our financial institutions remain strong, and the American
London, guys, London really ought to publish a book. But anyway, London says the following. It is a stark reminder that though a normal civilian would see this as a good thing, like what Bush is saying, and would have no idea of the impending doom that would come in the following years. No matter what the government tells you, remember it can go to shit very quickly. Yes, London. Yes. Okay. Very well said.
economy will be open for business as well. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the
You know, Joseph, I don't know. I really got to tell you, Joseph, I don't know. I've tried to figure out why it says unknown after everyone's name. Excuse me. I know I burped and it was okay. I don't know.
full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those
You know what I think
responsible.
it is? I think it's supposed to say their pronouns. Yeah, that's exactly London. It says I don't. It says unknown because I don't know.
And to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists
Between civilians and military. I mean, between. Okay.
who committed these acts and those who harbor them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks.
Yeah, Luke.
And on behalf of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their condolences and assistance.
I do, J-Mac. We are
America and our friends and allies join with all those who want peace and security in the world.
Oh, coming out of the mouth of an American president. Sorry. So okay. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I thought I was the jester, and yet I don't. I don't even have to do any comedy. Okay, Jesus. Whoo. Okay.
And we stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so.
That's a good question. Does anyone know? That's a good question, Joseph. How old is Trump? And then how old was George W. Bush when he gave this speech? You know, I'll look it up, but that's interesting.
This time. None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night, and God bless America.
President George W. Bush.
Okay, so there's that nonsense, guys. There you go. There's that nonsense. That's use 54. Okay, so there was this one. There was also now this one was not an Oval Office address, but well, let's do an actual Oval Office address. Mm, let's find Nixon. Nixon Oval Office address. Okay, here's another one. So this was a very famous one. This is why I say sometimes these, there have been times where, yeah, yeah, exactly, J-Mac.
Good evening. This is the 37th time
We can only
I
hope that
have
this will
spoken to
happen,
you
but it
from
won't.
this office, where so many decisions have been made that shape the history of this nation. Each time I've spoken to you from this office,
Oops.
where so many decisions have been made that shape the history
What year was this? I
of
can never
this
remember.
nation.
74.
Each
So this was
time
1974.
I have done so to discuss with you some matter that I believe affected the national interest. In all the decisions I have made in my public life, I have always tried to do what was best for the nation.
Sorry. Oh, okay. This is why I don't watch presidents often. I have trouble keeping my calm. Oh, I embarrass myself. Well, I'll tell you that story some other time.
Throughout the long and difficult period of Watergate, I have felt it was my duty to persevere, to make every possible effort to complete the term of office to which you elected me. In the past few days, however, it has become evident to me that I no longer have a strong enough political base in the Congress to justify continuing that effort.
Just a reminder, the crimes that he committed were far less than the things that Trump has done, like comparatively. And at that point, even the Republicans were pushing him to resign, and look at where we are today. Anyway, times are different.
As
Yeah.
long as there was such a base,
There
I
you go,
felt
outer
strongly
signal.
that it
Yep.
was necessary to see the constitutional process through to its conclusion.
Just as a reminder, folks, when Nixon was asked whether what he did, if he did things that were illegal or whatever, he said, "When you're the president, that means that it must be legal," or something like that. He basically said, "Well, no, when you're president, nothing you do is illegal." Okay, so there's another one. There's another Oval Office address. Yep, exact, Jonas. You are right. That was the Gulf of Tonkin incident that you're referring to. And that's remember how I said, Jonas, that's kind of why I think Trump wants to start a war, why he's putting so many military assets and just sitting them down there and waiting for someone to make a mistake. So, I'm just going to must see here. So, there was also this one isn't an Oval Office address. It is basically the same concept, though. Uh, Luke, what are you referring to? Well, Jonas was talking about the Vietnam War and how there were ships. We placed ships strategically near Vietnam. Where is it? You know what? Yeah. Well, yes, Luke. What do you mean? Well, we weren't talking about Nixon. We were talking just about the war in general, the start of the war. Okay. So what was it? It was Obama Oval Office. Oh yeah. So there was one where Obama did a
Good evening. As we speak, our nation faces a multitude of challenges. At home, our
Yeah, you're right, Luke. That's when we found out about it in 1969.
top priority is to recover and rebuild from a recession that has touched the lives of nearly every American.
There you go, outer signal.
Abroad, our brave men and women in uniform are taking the fight to
This one right here is Obama talking about the BP oil spill. Now this was a smaller one, but this is the example. Oh wait, this is the one I wanted to find. Now
Good evening.
technically, this is
Tonight,
not
I can.
this is not technically an Oval Office address, but it's like it's the exact same thing. They just chose not to have it in the Oval Office. This is I was awake when this happened. There you go, outer signal. Okay, there you go, and that's what we're doing. Uh, this is Oval. This was when Osama bin Laden was killed. He came on late at night. You of course, London. Yeah, Luke. So yeah, you can. So you can see here. Yeah, yeah, SoCal. He implied that it did. Well, he implied he was in New York City when the planes hit and shit, right? Or something. Yeah. He died like a dog. Yeah. Oh my God, you're totally right, Jonas. Can we find that? Can we find that? When Trump was like, died like a dog. Um, such a horrible human being. But like, here we go. Oh yes. Okay. Here
He
was
died
another
like a
example.
dog.
Here's another. Okay, so I'm sorry. I know I got rid of Obama. Obama's boring. By mean by that, he's charismatic. Standard American president crap. But this, yeah, okay, right, Alyssa. Now this is what Trump did when he announced the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, who was one of the leaders of ISIS. This is what Trump said.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward. He was whimpering, screaming, and crying. And frankly, I think it's something that should be brought out so that his followers and all of these young kids that want to leave various countries, including the United States, they should see how he died. He didn't
Yes,
die a
thank you,
hero.
Joseph. You're right. Trump said he was touting after 9/11 that Trump Tower was now the tallest in New York City. You're right, Joseph. I remember that now. I know, right, J Mac? That's funny. So, like, all right, not a fan of al Baghdadi, but what? Okay, I don't know. This just seems like something Palpatine would say, or Darth Vader would say. Like he died like a dog. He died whimpering and crying, and I want everyone to like. It's just the evil,
He
dark
died
thing
a
to say.
coward, crying, whimpering, screaming, and bringing 3 kids with him to
Yeah,
die.
you're right, J Mac.
Certain death. And he knew the tunnel
Right,
had
it is. It is.
no end. I mean, it was a
At least Obama, he played the regular game and he was charismatic, right?
it was a closed end. They call it a closed end tunnel. Not a good place
You're
to
so
be.
right, SoCal.
What's going on before you made the announcement that you're pulling
I've
back?
Also, the funny part that you kill someone with a drone strike and then call them the coward. But anyway, so all right, are we almost there? Are we almost there now? Boop. Okay, we got 10 minutes still, folks. The countdown is 10. It was al-Baghdadi, Luke, as I recall.
I've been looking for him for 3 years. I've been looking for him. I started getting some very positive feedback about a month ago. And we had some incredible intelligence officials that did a great job. That's what they should be focused on.
All right. Remember what Bill Maher said after 9/11? Oh my God, I know. I know, Bill Maher, I do. All right. So, okay. So there's some examples, guys. There's like presidents have said other things in Oval Office addresses, but it typically is something big or, yeah, depending, right? There was the massive BP oil spill, all these different things. So that's what an Oval Office address. I'm sure I could find other ones too. All right. Didn't Trump do a Oval Office address where was the thing where he actually took the Sharpie? Someone had drawn Sharpie on the map of where the hurricane would be going, and you could see the Sharpie. Okay, I'm gonna find that hurricane map Sharpie, or it looked like someone had here it yeah, oh, that's right, here it is. Oh my god.
I actually
Oh,
was not insured. This
yeah,
is
that's
not
right,
good.
Luke.
I was able to find the right plan that had a prescription plan to go along with it.
But that's
My experience
oh
enrolling.
my god, you're so right. You're so right, Iona. Joseph, I would not be surprised. I bet you he will. I bet you he will. He's gonna announce his newest merch. So,
Thought we'd give you
yeah,
a
so right, Jonas.
update
Okay,
on the
so
hurricane. We
this
got
was,
lucky
if
in
you all
Florida,
remember,
very, very lucky indeed. We had actually our original chart was that it
yeah,
was going
he said that the hurricane which is gonna be hitting Florida, it's gonna be hitting Alabama, and there was no evidence it was gonna be hitting Alabama. There was no evidence it was gonna be hitting Alabama. And then after he realized, "Oops, I said that and it was clearly wrong," they bring in this map.
to be hitting Florida directly. Maybe I could just see that, Kevin. It was going to be hitting directly, and that would have affected a lot of other states.
Look,
But
guys,
that
you
was
can
the
see it.
original.
You can see it. Look. Can you guys see it? Look, I don't know if you can see it on my screen here, but someone has literally drawn in marker, the path of the hurricane extending into Alabama. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. Someone literally took okay, I can't emphasize for the yeah, we all know who it was in your groove, right? It was probably Trump himself. Literally took a goddamn Sharpie and like extended the area just so that he wouldn't look stupid. And in that way made himself look even more stupid. Yeah, you're right, Luke. Remember, God, okay, this is not a joke, by the way. Do it's very possible. Yeah, Luke. I'm JMac. Do we remember? Luke is not wrong. Do we remember that it was the White House? There was a leak from the White House that he said that Trump asked his advisors if they could nuke the hurricane, whether nuking a hurricane would be helpful for stopping it. And then they had to calmly explain to him, Mr. President, that wouldn't stop the hurricane, and then that would just mean that we would then be getting hit by an irradiated hurricane, which would not be particularly good. Like, I'm not joking. That happened. You can look it up. So, um, this is why I say he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. He is okay. Like, okay. So, all right. Now, I believe I think we're about to go live here now. Well, we will hear. We got 7 minutes. I don't know. Does it? Does it? Does insurance cover irradiated hurricanes? I don't know. Probably not, because they want to save money. So they're probably going to be like, "No, you didn't die from You didn't die from the hurricane." That that's a fair point, Luke. All right. So, JMac, cancer for everyone. Yay. So I am very hyped about this, guys. I don't know if you can tell. I'm very hyped about what this is going to be. I'm sure it'll be great news for all of us. I'm sure all of us will sleep very well tonight, knowing that our commander in chief has everything under control and that the whole world, everyone in here from around the world, will sleep very well, knowing that the president of the United States is a lover of freedom and is a very literally, this is a quote from Trump, is a very quote unquote stable genius. Stable genius. Remember, he said that? He literally said that I am a very stable genius. That's what he said. And Joseph, I would not be surprised, Joseph. I would not be surprised if he said, I hope he's going to announce transgender for everybody tonight. We can only hope, Joseph. Don't get me too excited, Joseph. I'd be okay with that. All right. He's going to be late, probably super late. Oh, you're right, J Mac. He is. He's gonna hawk Melanijo's panties, probably. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. So, guys, you guys are hilarious. Trump is that fat kid in Willy Wonka who got caught with chocolate all over his face and hands and claimed he didn't have any. Oh, that is so true. Okay, while we're waiting, all right. I'm going to bring to while we're waiting. We need some music in the background here. I'm going to put on some music. I know I think I can do this and be okay with. Let me see here. Clown. We need some circus music while we're waiting. I hope I don't blow out anyone's eardrums like I normally do, because you know how incompetent I am with this thing. So let's see here. There we go. A little bit better. I'm sorry, J-Mac. I always make it too loud. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, I should do that right before. I am so sorry, everyone. I apologize. I apologize. I know I just deafened everyone, but you know how I am, right? If I do something competently, as soon as I have a perfect stream where I don't hurt anyone's eardrums, you can always hear me. The thing never goes off. I don't misstate some fact or something. Then you will all know that there was something deeply wrong with me, okay? You will know that there's an issue when I start doing everything perfectly. Hello, Marky. Very glad to hear you, okay? So, just like I said that this was gonna be a State of the Union or that time, well, let's not bring up that one Kahoot, okay? We don't need to bring that up, but, so, let's see here. Jonas, what do we got? What do we got, Jonas? Jonas sent me something.
Bum, bum, bum. 'Twas on the eighth day God looked down on his plant paradise.
Okay, Jonas, I don't know if we can watch this because I might get I might get a strike. Uh, I might get a copyright strike, but you know what? We'll try. We'll try. I don't give a shit. It's worth it. But I'm gonna have to pause it.
He said, now I need a man whose heart is cold as ice.
Ooh, that's for sure. Hitler. It's Hitler. Trust me. I know Hitler. Okay, I know. I'm just trying to make I like open it up for myself being clipped.
To test the people's will and goodness when exposed to vice, to be a dictator is his aim.
Must be Trump. I never said that, Luke. I never said that.
He'll be a man who's failed at everything but scams and theft. In a golden palace he'll reside.
Oh, that's really depressing. So Saddam Hussein, again, it sucks that I feel I have to say this because you all know this. But me saying that Saddam Hussein was a bad person is not me saying that justifies overthrowing him. I hope we all know that. Regardless, he was not a good person, okay? This is an image of Kurds who have been gassed using chemical weapons by Saddam Hussein.
Of taste and class bereft, he'll convince the poor he serves their needs until they've nothing left. You'll know him by his name.
He also, when he was a child, by the way, Saddam Hussein, he would literally. I'm not. This is not. This is not a joke. We did supply him weapons, Luke. By the way, the United States largely responsible for a lot of the horrible things he did because we supplied him, we funded him. We didn't turn our back on him after he started gassing his own people. Yeah, there you go, Jonas. When he was a younger kid, he literally walked around his neighborhood with a stick, beating up people, just hitting people. It may have been a rod. I'm not sure if it was a rod or a stick, but like from his early, like even as a child, he was like a sociopath who would just go up hitting people with a stick. Okay.
Glory, glory.
Yeah, but see, even the Kuwait thing, Luke, some historians theorize that the reason he attacked Kuwait is because he thought the United States gave him the go-ahead to do it. And there are some documents that seem to indicate that he may not have attacked Kuwait if he had thought the United States wasn't okay with it. So this is complicated, but yeah.
Hallelujah, God is gonna stick it to ya.
Oh, sorry, I got to keep pausing it so I don't get in trouble. Yep, it did, Luke. He definitely encouraged it in his family.
You don't realize it, do ya, as your mega marches on and on.
Well, that's the thing, J-Mac. He did ask. He did ask the United States, and the response he got made him think that we had given him the go-ahead. As a matter of fact, Jonas actually even talked about this earlier. Uh, right. I mean, just like Netanyahu, right, Jonas? Like, oh, we can't. They're an independent country. I'm like, yeah, okay. They're a vassal. They're a puppet state. It's 9. Thank you, London. I'm sorry. We'll finish this in a bit. We'll go back here. We'll see if it's about to start. He might be late. Yep, exactly, J-Mac, exactly. And it may not have been because we wanted to go to war with him. It may have been just because we were incompetent, and we spoke to him. We weren't very clear with him. But in any case, yeah, in any case, okay. So, oh, everyone excited? Everyone excited? I'm riled up. I'm ready to go. Riled up and ready to go. A little tip for folks here: if any historian gapes at a presidential speech or address the entire time, it likely means we're off. That so London, I think you. So you're saying that like if I were to just look in horror during this entire speech, that's a bad thing because you're right. Okay. You will know, folks, if this is a bad speech. Thank you, London. I appreciate you, London. Uh, you will know it's a very bad speech. That's very scary if I stop talking. Okay. And I'm just staring at it. London, do you know a historian, London, in your life? Because that is hilarious. There's actually a joke. Okay. There's actually a joke, London, like amongst historians about things like that. Yeah, Joseph, gapes. Like your mouth is agape. Like, up, here he is. Okay, good God help us all.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than
Yeah,
ever
salute.
before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans.
Jesus Christ.
This
Okay.
happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we
Yep.
first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of
I'll try
whom
not to laugh.
killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be
doesn't.
allowed to happen again.
Right, Elliot.
We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody.
Here we go.
Crime at record
Hey,
levels.
Joseph, you
law
heard it?
enforcement and words such as that just
Transgender for
absolutely
everybody.
forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than
actually,
any
guys,
administration
this
in
might
American
be-
history. There's never been anything like
Guys,
it, and I think
honestly,
most would agree.
it reminds me
I
of a
was
resignation
elected in a
speech. I don't think that's
landslide,
gonna
winning
happen.
the popular vote and
But
all
it's-
7
it-
swing states
It might not
and
be. I'm just
everything
saying.
else.
It's
with
like
a
it might be he's announcing
mandate
something.
to
We'll see.
take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from
Like, it
people
sounds
and
like he's
crushed the
legacy
dreams
building.
of the American
You're right.
people.
But for
the last
but
4
it doesn't
years,
mean he's
the
gonna
United
resign, I'm just
States was
saying.
ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate
Yeah.
lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign
not gonna
nations
resign for that
which
reason.
took
I mean, he's not
advantage
gonna
of us
resign,
at
but who knows?
levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated
God.
your hard-earned savings. They
Jesus
indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had
Yeah.
never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal
weird. Now,
aliens have
this
been
is like
allowed
what he normally
into
says,
our country, a feat
but
which everyone
that's
said was
unusual,
absolutely
but-
impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to
It is
pass
Trump.
legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it
Wait
turned
a
out,
minute.
We didn't
does
need
that?
legislation. We just needed a new president.
We're hitting double points.
We
really
inherited
should
the
have gotten
worst
bingo
border
card on
anywhere in
Now's
the
one.
world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels.
Just
We
ignore
did
the
that
shooting at
all
Brown.
by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it
Yeah,
because
it
they
might
were
be Meow's
poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down
By ocean and by sea?
94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where
He's not gonna
education
resign,
belongs.
folks. I'm just saying,
After
it
rebuilding
sounds
the
like
United
most
States
presidents- I mean,
military
like a
in my
president,
first
if they
term,
were starting
and
it
with the addition
with a
we are
resignation.
adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored
Jesus
American
Christ.
strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed
blah,
the
blah.
Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in
Her signal.
3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release
now
of
we're
the
bringing
hostages,
peace
both
through
living
bombs to
and
Venezuela.
dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am
shut
bringing
up.
those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates
Yeah,
rose
Jonas, give him a minute, Jonas.
37%.
Okay, slow down,
Airfares rose
Jonas.
31%.
He hasn't
Now,
had a
under our
chance to talk
leadership,
about Muslims yet.
they're
I'm sure he'll
all
get
coming
there.
down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done
Yeah,
yet.
elevator lady.
But boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting
JDH.
falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000.
Okay,
Under
elevator lady,
Trump,
one
the
more.
typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800.
It sounds like he
For
really wants to use the
miners,
restroom,
we're
and
bringing
he's trying
back
to get through the speech
clean,
so he can go
beautiful
piss.
coal. It's $3,300.
There you go, clean, beautiful coal.
And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking
Jesus, you're right,
$18
outer
trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases,
Elliot.
growth, factory openings, and far greater national security.
100%,
Much of
J-Mac.
this
It is.
success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries
Joseph,
against
exactly.
us, but
Prices
not
down
anymore.
9,000%.
Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI,
What is the speech? Is there any,
automobiles. We're
like-
doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely
What is the
possible.
point?
There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely
So
dead.
true, Jonas.
Our country
You
was
guys are
ready to
brilliant.
fail.
I really
Totally failed. Now,
Yeah,
we're the
in your group,
hottest
exactly.
country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history.
I have a theory.
That were
If he
really
doesn't say
accomplished
anything
through our
interesting,
great,
I have a theory
big,
about why he's
beautiful
doing
bill,
this.
perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on
Elevator lady, don't get
tips,
me
no
excited.
tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under
Exactly in
these
your
cuts, many
group.
families will be
Absolutely.
saving between
That's my thought.
$11,000 and $20,000 a year. And next spring is projected to be the largest
Guys, I
tax
think this might
refund
be an
season
Epstein
of all
distraction.
time. Because of tariffs, along
If
with
nothing
the
happens.
just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000
Oh, God.
military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend
J-Mac.
before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our
This
military,
is
and last year we had
odd.
among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special
Outer
interests to
signal,
dramatically
you
reduce
are
the price
speaking
of
my language. Why do you
prescription
think
drugs.
I'm listening
I
so carefully
negotiated
right now?
directly with the drug companies, and
Everyone should
foreign
read what Outer
nations,
Signal said.
which were taking advantage of our country for many decades to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words,
What does
your
that
drug
mean?
costs will be plummeting downward. And I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov.
Yep. Okay.
And these
Okay,
big
there's
price
the
cuts
grip.
will greatly
There's
reduce
the
the
product
cost
he's
of health
selling.
care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars
Jonas.
of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It
Oh my
will be
God, I'm gonna
far
lose my mind.
better health insurance.
Yeah,
the
elevator
current
lady.
Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It
Yeah,
was
at
bad
least we're not
health
going to
care
war
at
with
much too
Venezuela.
high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault.
That's
It is
the
not the
healthcare plan I was
Republicans'
talking
fault.
about, you
It's
folks.
the Democrats' fault.
It's the
It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price.
guys, this is-
the
he's
only
trying to use
losers
the
will be
bully
insurance
pulpit.
companies that have gotten
But it's very
rich, and the
weak.
Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major
Nailed it,
focus is
exactly.
the cost of
That's
energy.
what I'm worried about.
For years, the
And
radical
Outer
left
Signal's
Democrats
correct about
exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into
trying not
their
to
own
talk
massive
about it
slush
until we
funds
get to the
as
end.
their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody.
Can't you see the money coming out of his pockets, Jonas,
Prices
from the
on electricity
pharmaceutical?
and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer.
But
they also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws,
you're so right, guys.
cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day.
Yeah, very possibly.
Not anymore.
Outer signal.
We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again.
There's the fascist
Tonight,
language.
after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before.
Yeah, Mithril,
we're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity,
There you go,
certain
Joseph.
to its destiny, and the
Okay,
envy of the
destiny,
entire
very fascist
globe.
language,
We are
very fascist
respected
language.
again
Destiny,
like we have
destiny,
never been
destiny.
respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Okay, guys. So I, yeah, it's a nothing burger, but okay, there are a few things here. Few things here. One, this is interesting. He's using the bully pulpit. What I mean is, a president being the president can attract the media's attention to say things, even if in order to speak directly to the people of the United States, and he's doing it now. When are we? When are the Epstein files going to be released? Isn't the deadline like tomorrow or something, or sometime pretty soon? Because it's Friday. Okay, so 2 days, the day after tomorrow. This is interesting timing, and it is also concerning to me. And you have to understand, guys. I am hyper. You know me. I am always a hyper worried about everything. But when you give a military increased money like that, that is a very well-known sign, common sign of a sort of a coup or a military authoritarian crackdown on a state. Think about it. If you want the military to stay loyal to you, there you go, Luke. You're going to give them a big chunk of money before you're going to ask them to do something. Okay. London, I suspect so that the people in the military know it, I'm guessing. And it might also, I'm not sure. You're right in your group. It might be an incompetent amount of money that he's giving them. Like he might not be giving them enough money. Uh, yeah, but that's why I'm just saying. There you go. Now I am not. Now again, folks, I don't know for sure. All right. Yeah, I don't know for sure that that's the case, but that's just something that makes me kind of made my mind click. And I will say, out. It's funny. I thought that immediately looked at the chat and I saw Outer Signal saying the exact same thing. And Outer Signal knows about this sort of thing too. Okay, I'm just saying from what I know of Outer Signal. Um, okay. But anyway, but it is a relatively small amount of money for something like that. Okay. But it might be an incompetent attempt at doing it because it's the Trump administration. He's giving them 1776, right? Okay, but we don't know. Regardless, it is an interesting distraction at a time when the Epstein files are about to be released. And I want to point one other thing out too. Remember who's just announced today they're resigning? Dan Bongino, and he was the head of the FBI, and maybe he's resigning because he knows that he doesn't want to have to release files that he knows have been altered or have been names have been removed from them or something. It's just interesting. The timing is super interesting. Okay. You see what I mean? All right. Okay. No, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Dan Bongino is a good guy. I know Meowzord, but I'm just saying it's an interesting coincidence. But also, Meowzord, if you'll remember, Dan Bongino he was chosen, before he was chosen, he was very outspoken about the Epstein files. So it's just a theory. Your Meowsword is very true. You're right. It could also be that he's going to take the fall for it. It might also be that he's going to take the fall for it. I'm just coming up with scenarios in my head without really thinking about the people involved. Um, yeah, but that's a fair point. Yeah, it's doubtful, but it's just interesting these coincidences. Okay, so there we go, folks. I'm going to put my face back up. It's just weird to me why he wouldn't have. Well, don't you feel like some people were so also outspoken as you? Absolutely, Jonas. Absolutely. Yeah, he might also be a sacrificial lamb. Dan Bongino might be, so that when they release them, I don't know. This is all very interesting, folks. My brain is like spinning. My brain is spinning right now. Yeah, Bongino may have been covering it up. Okay, it might have been. I'm just saying that was just one theory. Is maybe Dan Bongino isn't wanting to do something, but it could also be that he is a scapegoat. There's lots of things. But also, folks, don't forget that. Remember that John Bolton resigned from the Trump administration because he didn't want like Trump. So sometimes horrible people can be weirdly principled about random shit. So I don't know. Okay. Yeah, no, guys, I do not like Dan Bongino. I have no faith he's a good person. I'm just randomly theorizing here, because we can't fully be certain. Anyway, yeah, we don't know. I was just a thought there, but interesting. The military thing is interesting. I'm going to need to look more into that. I'm going to need to look more into that because it's not that much money, but that's also a really weird thing to do, especially right before the Epstein files are released. Because maybe he's concerned that he also could be concerned that there's going to be mass protests or anything, something like that, and that he'll need the military to put it down. I know I sound dark if they are released, right, J-Mac? If they're released. And maybe he's worried that their lack of release will do that. Oh, always, Jazz Naz, always. It does, yeah, right, Malzord. I mean, it does with 1776, I guess. You could make some argument, I guess, but not really. Anyway, it's just something I'm just kind of hitting it around my head. Otherwise, guys, it was a nothing burger. I guess we shouldn't be too surprised about that. It might be, guys. I can show you. Let me show you something real fast. Yep. Agreed, Luke. Agreed. Let me just show you something real fast. I have some FBI files on my computer. Let me pull them up for you. Uh, let's see here. I just wanted to show you something. So I just got to pull them up here. I have to find them in my files here. Now these are from historical research I was doing. But let me see if I can find an example here. Sometimes when the FBI releases files due to a FOIA request, or do not this what they're doing this time is not a FOIA request, but they may be released in a similar form. It's supposed to be searchable. They will look something like this. Okay, let me if I can find a good example here. I'm just trying to find a good example. So sometimes you will not be able to, there will be pages that are entirely blacked out. You cannot see a damn thing because they won't let you see any of the information. So they have legally given you the page, but it's so uh incredibly, can't remember where's the specific page I want here. It's been so altered that it doesn't even matter that they've given you the page because it's like, well, what the heck's the point? Okay. So I wanted to give you an example of what they might look like here. If I can find that specific page that I remember that was driving me crazy. Uh, oh, dear Jesus, dear Lord. So anyway, oh, here we go. That could be FQ3, FQ5, FQ6. Sorry, guys, I'm speaking to myself here, just trying to find the right file because I can never. Okay, well, I'll just show you here. I'll show you this. So, all right, here we go. Uh, dun, 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 dun. Lost. God damn it. It's taking a while to open. I guess I could show you right now. I'll show you right now. So, oop, Mhm. So sometimes they'll look something like no, the House Democrats, they are being redacted before they're being given to the House Democrats. Here we go. Okay, here it is. So yeah, these are FOIA, but they would still be um so you would see something like this. So this is about Francis Parker Yockey, who was a fascist who was living in the United States. But I can show you here. So you can see here, so this is they're in the redacting parts of it to apparently protect the victims. Now, the problem with redactions. So here's an example of a redaction. You see the blacking out. They are redacted in a way that you won't be able to see under them. So you cannot be certain that what is being redacted is something that is actually protecting a victim or a perpetrator, because they could redact something and you have no way of checking whether or not it is actually a a legitimate redaction. Now, you'll notice, I know I'm sorry I'm getting into the weeds here. You notice, look at right here next to this, it says C. So if they want to redact something, they have to have a legal reason to do it, and they have to write next to it the code they're using to redact it, so that if anyone wants to challenge it, they can. But again, you still can't see it, and they could lie. So like this page is there's practically no good information on this page because the main information has been blacked out. Look at that. Okay, like you can't like what are we like what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Nothing, right? This is from Indianapolis, the bureau in Indianapolis. It basically it doesn't say, okay, yeah, there you go, Jonas. These are redactions. Yeah, there you go. And that's the issue is that if they're doing redactions in this way, where they're redacting large chunks of it and then not really providing it has the legal reasons for the redactions next to it, but okay. So there are ways they could get around it, and let's just hope that look at this page. I mean, what am I going to do with this page? I've got by the way, I'm saying this because I was using these for research and I got so frustrated. Like, what the fuck can I do with this page? Right? What am I going to do with this page? Okay, there's like it's just redacted. So, okay. So let's hope they don't come out looking like that. And they do have to make it searchable. Yeah. Too long didn't read. Trump is the real victim. Yeah, exactly. Now, so that's probably what they're going to do. So, okay. Uh, all right. So, okay. Oh, so let's hope the military thing doesn't mean anything. And but regardless, you all know I'm hypersensitive about those sort of things. But it's unlikely that that'll happen. But you know, we still got to be careful about it. Everything else will seem to be kind of a nothing burger. Just him, I guess, trying to sell Trump healthcare or whatever, amongst other things. Okay, folks. All right, how's everyone doing out there? Everyone good? Everyone enjoy the cluster F that we just witnessed. Everyone enjoy the random attack on the Somali community and transgender people, which we're not surprised about. And of course, the number of times he mentioned Biden, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, like, okay. So, yeah, the chaplain corps, right. Yeah, absolutely, London. It's not a Trump speech unless they attack something that isn't white. That's for sure, in a very dark way. Um, I know, Joseph. We still got guys. Can you believe we still got 3 years of this nonsense to go? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So, all right. All right. That was super weird, though. But I mean, it's Trump. So what do you expect? All right. I know, right? Like that is how scapegoating works, Jonas, and it's really annoying. Okay, to call out the Somalis living in Minnesota as if okay, real gross, really gross stuff. It really is that crazy. It hasn't even been a year. We're going to be so deep fried when this is over. I suspect we will be, London. But okay, guys, just so again, keep an eye out on the military stuff. I'm gonna do research on it to see what exactly is going on with that, how much they're actually being sent, how it's being dispersed, when it's planning to be dispersed, et cetera. Because I think that's a really weird but interesting thing to do. I don't know why he would do it unless he's trying to get in the good graces of the military. And by the way, guys, also remember, do not forget what has Trump been doing to a lot of generals and high up people in the military? What has Pete Hegseth been doing? Remember that speech they gave to the military? They have been firing people and replacing them that they don't view as loyal enough. Remember? Do we all remember that? Because that has been happening this whole time. Okay. They have been firing tons of people in the military that they claim to be disloyal and claim to be doing too much DEI and replacing them with Trump loyalists. You see what I mean? So that on top of the money is worrisome to me. All right. But just something to think about. And it could be that because they cannot fully secure, yeah, it could be that because they cannot fully secure, be sure that they've secured the loyalty of the average military man, that is and woman. That's why they are trying to bribe them. Okay. So all right. But again, that is me. That is a very dark view from my mind that has been totally ravaged by reading Nazi documents and fascist documents. But it is something to be concerned about. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Mithra. I'm sorry. Okay. So you guys, I'm gonna go now. Yeah, Meowzord. Meowzord, you kind of called this. Now, you didn't call it exactly like this, Meowzord, but Meowzord had mentioned before, what if the elites just start bribing people, like the really powerful ones? I guess these weren't elites. This was yep, they are normalizing troops in U.S. territory. Outer signal. You're 100% correct. Yeah, you did, Meowzord. So all right, we'll use check as a bird. Obey all my illegal orders. Yeah, SoCal. That's why I need to see the details, SoCal, because if there is something that is being offered in front of it, oh, thank you, Joseph. Uh, if like we'll have to see how they're doing it and why they're doing it, etc. Okay, all right, you guys. I don't mean to bring everyone down. Please, I am a doomer in a lot of ways. So as always, think for yourselves, etc. Um, okay, think for yourselves. All right. On that note, folks, thank you for watching with me. I know I'm not staying on long, but it's my day off technically, so I'll be back on tomorrow for our regularly scheduled stream. I'm going to be streaming for a long time tomorrow. I'll probably start streaming around 11 or 12, and then go all the way to 4:30. Thank you all for stopping by. Never stop resisting. Don't forget Chainbreaker. Free Palestine. You all know how it goes. You all know how it goes. Love you all very much. Bye bye. Bye bye.